Hey everyone, welcome back. For those of you who are new, my name is Will. For those of you who aren't new, hello again. As promised, today we're going to talk about scratch padding. It's the part of the process where a song starts to form. It's not a new thing, it's basically taking what's in your head and getting it down into some sort of medium. Some people do it with an actual notepad. I've got some toys that help me to get it done. I'm going to walk you through how I structure my writing from the backbeat to the full arrangement. I guess you'll kind of just see my process. So with that said, this is how I write. My process is not necessarily the right one, no pun intended, but it works for me, and maybe it'll give you ideas as to what works for you. The important thing to remember is that it's not about perfection, it's about just getting the idea memorialized. So no details, just high level. I always start with the drums, and it's not the full drum part, it's just a basic beat just to tell me where I need all of the chord changes to be, and I'll show both methods now. Whether I'm using a looper or Logic itself to start, it's just a kick, hi-hat, and a snare to give me the pulse that I'm following, and that helps me figure out where I want all of the other changes to be. After I get the drums, I'll do a very basic bass line, and again, this is just to help me follow the chords. Sometimes I won't do a bass line, sometimes I'll do the chords themselves. More often than not, I've got a solid idea as to what I want the finished product to sound like, and it's easier to have those basic chords down at first, because it'll give me more ideas for what I want the flourishes to be. As for song form, nobody is right, nobody's wrong. I tend to follow intro, verse, chorus, bridge, vamp, but I have been known to mix it up. Once the basic beat and the basic progression are down, then I'll start moving into the actual final version of something. So next will come the real bass line. I'll do that either with key bass, rarely, but more often than not, I'm playing an actual bass because I know what I like to hear, and I can normally play what I hear in my head. Important thing to remember about bass, it is a background instrument traditionally. You can't overdo it. Once the bass is down, I'll go back in and open up the chords, because the bass will hold down that root note for me so I can add some more notes on top of it. I'll add some color, I'll widen my voicings. As of late, I've become a huge fan of alternate tunings and stacked voicings. I'll do a lot of passing tones, a lot of rhythm variations, so it's not everything changing at the same time, it's gradual. The chords should always feel like they're rolling on each other. Once I have the basic idea down, I'll play them in chunks and then cut and paste them in the order I want them within Logic. I did get questions about the difference between Logic and GarageBand on iPad. For the most part, they work the same. They do talk to each other, so if you have a project in GarageBand and you want to move it over to Logic, it can be done relatively simply. Anyway, basic chords are done. We're talking the guitar part, the riffs, strings, pads, horns, organs, whatever I'm doing. Once all that's done, that's when I'll go back and I'll actually put in the real drum part. So I'll go down to the basement and record on the live drums, and then that helps me figure out where the intensity changes when I do my lead parts. Essentially, up until now, we were writing. Obviously, the lead parts will come last, because if you do something different in the lead, then you have to go back and change everything else with the lead part already in mind, even if you didn't know what the lead part was. It just makes it easier if you don't already have a melody picked out. If you did have a melody, you would have done that after the basic beat instead of the chord progression, and then you would basically be building under it. So it works the same way no matter what direction you're going. But once the main part is down, then I'll go back in and actually start taking stuff out, because you don't want to go 100% the whole time from the onset. Normally I will do a super sparse intro just to kind of build some suspense. Then I'll add a little bit more for the verse, a little bit more for the chorus, a little bit more for the second verse, a little bit more for the second chorus, or I'll go full on for the second chorus and then drop out for the bridge. Your bridge, generally you want to be different than everything else anyway. And then after the bridge, it's either one more chorus with everything at 100%, or I do a lot of, I'm a huge fan of the drive, or the vamp, whatever you want to call it. My vamp will normally just be my intro again, but with everything playing at 100%. Your outro will come either after the vamp. Every now and again I'll throw a last chorus in there just to kind of bring it down, because I don't want it to sound like it's ending so abruptly. There's no wrong way to do it, because it is your song at the end of the day. I'll do my mix, I'll do my automations, and if you don't know what an automation is, you basically tell Logic or GarageBand when to turn something down while it's playing instead of having it down or up the whole time. Then we go into our mastering, and that'll be a video in itself, because there's so many different ways to do it. By then you've got a full song that you can listen back to and make little changes as you go. Just be mindful that once you master it, if you change anything, you have to go back in and tweak your master again. Just to reiterate, you're going to start with your rhythm, you're going to do your chord changes, then your melody, take out the stuff you don't need so that your melody stays the prominent thing the whole time. Add in anything else you want for your flourishes or your accent noises. Like, this is normally where I'll add sound effects if I need them. I have been known to use sound effects to hide mistakes. And then you want to kind of just master it to get it to sound polished. So that's my process. If you've got any questions, let me know. Next video, mixing, automations, and mastering. In the interim, tell me what works for you. Let me know if this has been helpful. Drop a comment, drop a question. My scratch pad, I'm going to be honest, I spent a lot, and paper and pen has always been the go-to. But my system works for me just because I'm an auditory person. Let me know what works for you. Maybe I haven't been as keen on the paper and pen because I haven't thought about it the right way. As always, may your gear be light, your latency low, and your dogs quiet while you track vocals.